Hello, I'm ToycatA, and as we already know, there's going to be at least one brand new mob in the 1.17 update. The way we know this is because there is going to be a mob vote where we, the community, are deciding at least one of those mobs, but in reality, there are likely to be several more. But even then, the question is, what mobs will we be able to vote on? What mobs will be coming in 1.17 separate to that? And in general, how do we have any clue of this? And if Minecraft were any other game, we'd have pretty much no clue because the developers don't generally talk about their plans until they're talking about them and they're public. But in the case of Minecraft, we have an official record of which ideas have been made public to the team, which ideas have had at least one meeting amongst many team members happen with them, and that is because of the Feedback Minecraft site. So the Feedback Minecraft site is where you can vote for many things, cave update, and you can vote for many different things from many different categories and express your opinions, but in those opinions, one of the categories is mobs, animals, and non-humanoids. Things that people would like to see added to Minecraft, sorted by votes, allows us to see all sorts of things that people want to see, and obviously the predictable things are going to show up, things that were already announced by Minecraft, like goats and meerkats, but also in there you start to see things like sea rabbits, which have not been reviewed by Minecraft. I wonder why sea rabbits aren't an idea that they think is viable. In the same category, we have koala, but then we also have ideas which have been officially been put under review, and what this actually means, based on our previous interactions with the Minecraft team and the feedback site, is that it actually means that they have at least one meeting about it, they talk about it for some amount of time. That might be a 5-second meeting where they go, seahorses, are they coming to Minecraft? And everyone goes, oh, that's a terrible idea. But it also might be a more complex conversation, and generally speaking, because of the fact that we've seen certain ideas from the feedback site be officially announced, at least as votes, this gives us an idea of what might be coming in 1.17 or what we might be able to vote on with the mob vote happening in less than a couple of weeks now, October 3rd, in case you're curious. Minecon Live, Minecraft Live, whatever it's called. Anyway, with that said, let's talk about the mobs that are officially under review. We're going to go from the bottom to the top, or in other words, from the ones that are voted on the least, and therefore arguably least likely, least community voted, to the most community voted, and therefore you can assume there's kind of a likelihood scale happening right here. And let's start, shall we, with the very first mob on our little list today, because did you know one of the mobs they've had discussions about in the Minecraft team are dragons. So the four most common dragon colors that they said they've discussed are red, blue, yellow, and green. If we're being entirely honest, the red dragon is the one that everyone brings up because it was one of the suggestions. Early on, there were going to be multiple dragon types in Minecraft, the Ender Dragon for defeating the game, as well as like red dragons which might flow through the overworld. That idea has been kind of cut off for a long time now, but you never know if they want to bring a wild card in the same way that lecterns came back from years ago, in the same way pandas came back from years ago. Maybe, just maybe, they'll bring back the idea of the red dragon. I mean, a brand new dragon in Minecraft, that would be exciting, but I wouldn't hold my breath for it. Something I would hold my breath for, I mean, I'd have to, because to see it, I'd have to be under the water, is the coral eel. So this is what a coral eel looks like in real life, but fortunately, there is actually a render of what it would look like in Minecraft according to the person who submitted it, and honestly, it looks a little bit like someone's making a meme, like, you know, long fish, right? Like, it looks hilariously long, but maybe that would be a great way to add some life to the oceans. I mean, right now, only having 4 types of fish in there, it just feels a bit weird because of how infrequently they spawn. It'd be kind of nice to have something odd, something interesting in there. More aquatic life could be kind of fun. I don't think it's too likely because the update aquatic has already passed, but maybe if they have a little bit of time, if someone on the team is super passionate, we might see coral eels. But you know what's more likely than coral eels? It's grey seals, apparently. I don't know why they're called grey seals. Maybe I'm not the biggest animal person, but I thought that all seals were grey personally. But the idea for grey seals is that they could be found near icebergs. They could eat salmon and codfish, which would be brutal to see, but I would love that. And they could do fun tricks and entertain you. And I think for that reason, they're probably not the best idea. Minecraft is trying to be very, I guess, ecologically friendly or whatever with its, things. They're trying not to have a game where you're encouraged to, kill animals, even though that's very much the fundamental point of it. That's why you can't tame animals anymore. You just kind of become friends with them. That's why you can't ride dolphins and why there's no real reward for killing most of the animals anymore, because they want to kind of remove that, which I think is a bummer, but I think that would probably preclude the grey seals. Next up, we have octopuses. I want to call it octopi, but we will resist that joke for now. And octopuses are another idea for, like, what if we had a mob that's kind of like squid? It could be in the coral reefs, and when it's attacked, it will go near a coral block and then change its texture to look like it. In other words, a camouflaging mob. I think that's a fun idea. I think octopuses in Minecraft would make sense, but again, I don't think it's too likely because of the whole aquatic update thing. It would be revisiting a theme from only a couple of years ago, and if they wanted to add it, they probably would have done it then. But, we can cross our fingers and and we can hope, because we're going to move into like these slightly more votes now. We're going over 500 for this next one. So these are the ideas that lots and lots of people want, like small rodents. I mean, gerbils, field mice, rats, guinea pigs, and hamsters. I mean, right now you can have cats and dogs. Why not gerbils and guinea pigs and hamsters? I think in reality, all of those things wouldn't come. I think rats are a great addition to Minecraft. Like, you know, not only because I made a video called Minecraft, but you're in a sewer, but also because of the fact that like rats just kind of fit the aesthetic of Minecraft to me. Maybe it could be a giant rat, like how there's giant spiders, or maybe it could just be a normal sized rat to make caves a little bit more terrifying. Maybe they could poison you sometimes or something. I think it'd be fun to have like a potential poison. Also, another idea for potential poison, the scorpion mob with over 700 votes. I love the idea of a scorpion in Minecraft. I mean, don't they look so cool? Even the word scorpion is fun to say. Scorpion, scorpion. There's scorpions in my Minecraft and I want to attack those scorpions with my scorpion sword that I could totally get from killing scorpions. Okay, I'm going to stop saying the word scorpion now, and I'm going to move on to water dragon, which kind of comes under that same dragon idea. I think, you know, like again, this would have been a great idea for the aquatic update if they wanted to bring it up a whole nother level, but I think having something like that underwater kind of undermines the whole point of a dragon. So, you know, maybe it's a fun idea, but in reality, I don't think the water dragon is going to be added because it's such a huge undertaking. You can't just do it as a small little passion project. It'd have to be part of a whole themed update. And sadly, if you wanted a water themed update, you're probably out of luck because we just had one. They can't exactly do the update Aquatic 2 literally 2.5 years later. Or maybe they can, you know? Speaking of things they can do, they can add giraffes to the game. I think that's a cute and fun idea because the savannah right now doesn't have any real exclusive mobs, and it kind of needs something in there to make you be like, yeah, this is the savannah. I'm coming here for this particular mob. I think more and more Minecraft biomes need a mob, need a unique feel to them, even if it's just a giraffe, even if it's just a mob that's like, oh, it's cute and you could tame it. And honestly, that's where the ideas run out, because even the suggestion itself that was put out by Cassandra Hoffman, apparently, even that very suggestion is like, oh yeah, if you kill them, you get 2 to 4 pieces of leather. So it would be a more efficient way to farm leather, except I think, again, that ecological responsibility thing, I don't think Minecraft wants to send the message that like, oh yeah, the best way to get leather is to farm giraffes intensively in a small pen and then to kill them because they drop the most of it. I mean, I don't even think we use giraffe leather in the real world. Maybe we should start. Maybe that's the lesson I'm taking from this Minecraft thread. But anyway, with that said, the next idea is orcas. What if you could tame and ride orcas, as well as rays are in the same suggestion thread? And I think orcas are definitely the more exciting one. Like, yeah, who doesn't want to have what is it, Shamu? I forget the famous orca from SeaWorld, but aren't orcas adorable? Yes, they are. Don't we all want orcas? I think orcas are killer whales, right? Anyway, with that said, orcas are a fun idea. Realistically, it's that same kind of sea theme that kind of holds them back. I think one that isn't held back by the idea of the sea theme is the idea of seahorses. Again, I really think like a small feature could be in the update, making coral reefs much more exciting with all sorts of weird sea mobs. Again, how do you give those sea mobs a purpose is the whole other question that even the people who post on these things don't know. But it seems as though it seems as though a lot of these approved under review things are aquatic features. I wonder if there's a coincidence in that, if they looked at them all prior to the update aquatic or what it was, but it's super interesting to see that is the case, because the next most upvoted one, they skipped over koala, they did not review that at all. They skipped over crossbreeding dogs, as fun of an idea as that is, or generic birds, but an idea they did review as a team is the red dragon. And yeah, we all know the red dragon. It's a super exciting thing, right? Long ago, when Notch was still part of Minecraft, he planned to add a red dragon. Sadly, it was forgotten, and as a result, never added. But again, in reality, it wasn't forgotten. It was kind of just like pushed to the side. And then when they came back to it, they realized that it wouldn't be the best of features because, again, having a dragon in the first place was a huge nightmare of like getting that all textured and also there's the fact that like the model flies through blocks regularly. In the overworld, you don't want that to happen, so you have to make it a never-based mob, or you have to have a new dimension, and that is something we've already kind of seen precluded. I feel like I'm ruining up people's fun now. You know what, let's have more fun with the next one and say it's definitely happening, because the next idea is to add all of the mob heads and a different way to obtain them in survival. So for the past few years, Minecraft has had the same different mob heads: creeper, zombie, skeleton, wither skeleton, and ender dragon. Well, why not have a way to obtain all of the mob heads in survival? Here's a few suggestions: enderman, shulker, drowned, charged creeper, when a charged creeper kills a charged creeper, or Alternatively, when a wither kills a charge creeper, spider and cave spider. That's a fun idea. They say you could make them found in mineshafts. I think the idea of having more mob heads actually is a great one because having more trophies in the game would be a really great thing. In Minecraft Java especially, where there's achievements but they're per world and they're not really like sought after, having like more treasure items, more things that make you want to explore the game is a great idea because having an exploration update, it's my dream, but obviously like we're going to be seeing something else in a few days. That's kind of the reality. But I think having exploration by having trophies, so you're not actually adding new features, you're just adding new collectibles, I think that would be great. In the same way we have dragon heads that show you've been to the end cities, having, for instance, drowned heads, which you can find on a shipwreck, would be really cool in my opinion. Maybe you agree. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you hate that. But what you might like is another ocean-themed thing. Again, people are voting like crazy for ocean-themed updates because the Kraken Boss is another one that people would love to see. What if there was a brand new boss you could find in the sea? He could live in a cave not far from the wreck of the boat he sank. Oh, that's a cool bit of lore. Like, nearby certain shipwrecks, you could find a Kraken Boss, and then he'd be asleep till the player gets too close. Okay, you know what? Usually I'd be like, okay, it's a big feature for the underwater, but I love this as a way to build lore for why the shipwrecks were sunk. Why did they sink? I mean, there's no lava bubbles, or it's magma bubbles pushing them down, right? No, the reason they sank is because of the Kraken, and then he just moves on to the next boat to sink. That's why there are so many sunken ships and there's no floating ones anymore, because the Kraken sinks them all. It'd be even more cool if, like, potentially he could attack you and take down your boat too. I love this idea. I don't know how you would make it fair and balanced and actually exciting and not feel like a random encounter, but I would love to see a Kraken Boss in Minecraft. You know, I see why it's got 1,400 upvotes, but you know what's more than 1,400 upvotes? Different dog species relative to the biomes. In the same way we see different types of cat, in the same way we see at least 2 types of fox. Why don't we have coyotes for plains biomes? Why don't we have dingoes for sandy biomes? And I think that's a cute idea, like having slightly different types of dogs that represent where you found them. Super cute. That's such a simple one to add. And honestly, one of the things about Minecraft is a lot of focus goes on parts of the game that people don't play, but everyone loves dogs. Like whether you're 4 or whether you're 44, everyone has a dog in their world and they're like, oh, I love my dog. The fact that there's Minecraft memes like, oh yeah, I found my dog from 5 years ago and he starved to death or something. It's like, oh, that's, you know, we all relate to that thing. Personally, I have a bunch of dogs that I don't relate to because I clearly am a sociopath who doesn't love my dogs in my Minecraft world. But like, you know, everyone else loves dogs. And if that's the case, why not have more customization? Even just the tiniest change of adding, being able to dye their collars was something people loved in a way I can't even explain or understand. So if that's the case, why not have new dog species for each biome? I'm just saying, they look cute. Look how cute they look. Don't you want these dogs? You want these dogs. Speaking of things that you want that are dogs, monkeys are the dogs of the jungle, if you really think about it. So yeah, the monkeys have 2,000 upvotes, and I think this would have been a great idea for any jungle-based update. It felt like 1.14 might have been that a little bit. I feel like a jungle update is one of the bigger, more likely themes for if it isn't going to be a cave update next week. So if they are going to have a jungle update, why not have monkeys in there? The jungles right now feel a little bit loose, even though they've got like 3 mobs or something, the pandas, the ocelots, and the parrots. There's just something a bit off about the jungles. What if there were monkeys that could come steal something from you, like, or your hat? What if monkeys stole your helmet, like in Super Mario 64? I would hate that, but you know who wouldn't? Literally no one, I think. But still, it's super cute. And yeah, there's the monkeys are a fun idea with a lot of upvotes, with only actually a few things above them, those things being bear varieties. Again, this is such a basic thing. The polar bear was added with so little, you know, like the polar bears and the panda bears, make them the same mob, just different for each jungle. And now you've made 2 useless mobs into like 1 interesting mob. Then you add a new type, the grizzly bear, to the tiger biome. And all of a sudden you've got a super exciting bear mob that's different and has some genuine purpose. Please give it a genuine purpose, Mojang. Next up, we've got hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are cute in real life. Why wouldn't they be cute in Minecraft? I think you'll find it's a great idea. They could make forests more unique, apparently. Love the idea. Dog beds. You know, this isn't a mob. I'm not gonna consider this to be a thing. But there should be dog beds in Minecraft. If you tame a wolf, it will automatically sleep in the dog bed. Again, people would love that sort of thing. Just do it. You know, let the dog sleep in your bed. That's how it works in real life, right? Next up, crabs, lobsters, and crab traps. Again, I think this comes under the same thing of like fishing in Minecraft for crabs and lobster. I just don't see more you know, ocean features being added right now. especially if they're like meant to be food-based in some way. Although it does give me RuneScape vibes, which is, you know, maybe worth ignoring all of the other stuff for. Next up here is pet dragons. I mean, I feel like if there are going to be dragons, you might as well pet them. Sounds more like a command than a question, but it is put as a question anyway. Again, it comes under the same thing of like, it would be super cool, but it doesn't really feel Minecrafty in the slightest. But finally, we have the top 3 voted things with over 3,800 votes each. First of all, what is the third most voted thing that has been officially under review? It is owls. So what's the deal with owls? This animal would be tamed like parrots and can sit on your shoulder, but the difference between the two would be that the owl can deliver signed books, but in the author's space, you could write the name of the person you would want to send it to. That is a really fun idea, actually, but it's so niche. Like, I guess it's like a way of private messaging but inside of Minecraft. Again, if it weren't for the fact that many servers had direct one-to-one messaging, this would be a super fun way to do that, because then you could either type things publicly and risk other people hearing about it, or you could send the signed book to send information. That would be fun, and that'd be a really fun niche PvP thing. But given that the private chat exists on most servers, it's like, oh, what if you're playing Minecraft and you want to have a cool animal that sits on your shoulder that theoretically can send things? Because owls do that probably in real life, but mostly they do that in the Harry Potter books, which is way more important. I guess it's all magic fiction does the same, doesn't it? So owls, fun idea. But you know what's more fun? A jellyfish, apparently. The second most upvoted mob that is approved, that has been under review, I should say, is a jellyfish mob. So the recent update Aquatic is probably Minecraft's best bet, in my humble opinion. The new mobs, they added blocks and whatever, they praise the update Aquatic, they praise the Minecraft team, and then they say the jellyfish mob would be icing on the cake. Think about it, instead of just a squid, we could have a small, colourful, tentacled little guy. I just realised the squid is a real thing. I thought earlier that when someone said squid, I didn't realise it. But then they say also that they've been building a very special world. It'd be great if they could have jellyfish because it would fit with their Minecraft world. It's a fun idea and it looks interesting. They've got some really cool schematics, but is it an exciting mob idea? I don't think so. But you know what is an exciting mob idea? The most upvoted thing that counts as a mob? Dog fur options. You are not. I'm not kidding when I say this. The most upvoted mob post that is under review is dogs that have different fur, white fur, brown fur, and black fur. That is the entire post. The last one had all those schematics, all those diagrams, that whole story about how their best friend would love it and how the things could behave. This one is just, what if we had dogs that were brown and black? And, you know, it comes into that same thing that, like, the fact that even all of these cool mobs, I love the idea of an owl, I love the idea of monkeys, I love the idea of giraffes and orcas and to some extent, and the Kraken Boss. These are all great ideas, but adding hedgehogs and bear varieties, they're all super fun, but in the end, it comes down to people like the idea of dogs. People love dogs in Minecraft. How do you make Minecraft better? Give people more dog options. It's apparently the answer, because people love their dogs. That is the one lesson you can take from this video. What do people love? Answer, their dogs. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I think it'd be a bit fun to talk about some speculation because we are probably going to be learning about the mobs we're voting on. If not this week, then next week. It's going to be a super interesting thing because mob votes have historically been again, a super contentious time, but I really hope this year we get some good choices so that no matter what is chosen, it's all going to be good. Cough, cough. No phantoms or anything that ruins gameplay rather than adds to it. But yeah, I'm super interested to see how this one goes, and I'm going to be following those comments to see what you think about all these ideas, because personally, I think that they're very sea-based. People have water on the mind, and my question to all of you is, what are you thinking with these terrible mob ideas? Whatever, thank you for watching, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.